Today I'm making a recipe I'm very excited about. It is from the Fannie Farmer cookbook, and I know I have been spending the last year plus cooking from that, but this one is not one of the featured recipes from the menu cards, nor is it even on any of the menu cards. It's from the Boston Cooking School cookbook, and it is for violet ice cream. I could not wait to try this. I love violets. I actually wanted to make it last spring, but circumstances were such that I didn't actually have the opportunity to make the ice cream until after violet season, alas. So I set my sights on it this year. As usual with these little experiments, I've cut the recipe in half, just in case, you know, it's terrible. No, I have high hopes for this one. I really do. To make violet ice cream, you will need cream, sugar, salt, Yvette cordial, violets, violet coloring. Mix the first four ingredients, which are cream, sugar, salt, Yvette cordial. The ingredient Yvette cordial is an interesting one. It is a liqueur flavored with violets and some other fruits. It was unavailable until relatively recently when the brand was reintroduced. I do not have any of that. What I have is creme de violette, which is very similar, but it is a pure violet flavor. If you've ever had an aviation cocktail, you've had some of this. Now this is where things get interesting. Take our violets and remove the stems. The recipe just called for a small bunch of violets. I have no idea how big that is, so I just picked a bunch. Now that the stems have been removed from the violets, we are to pound them in a mortar until well macerated. What do we think? Well macerated? And then strain through cheesecloth. It says to add the resulting extract to the mixture, but so I'm just gonna squeeze this directly in and see if we get anything. Hey, look at that! Look at that! How cool is that? We've made violet extract. The next step, we're supposed to color it with violet food coloring. I have blue and red. I'm really nervous about screwing this up, but I'll just try one drop of blue and one drop of red. And let's see if we get sort of a purpley color. It is faintly tinged purple. It's really hard to tell. The next step is to freeze the ice cream, which does not mean just stick it in the freezer. This is 1914. Fannie Farmer means put it in an ice cream freezer. This is what she has to say about freezing desserts. The prejudice of thinking a frozen dessert difficult to prepare has long since overcome. With ice cream freezer, burlap bag, wooden mallet or axe, small saucepan, sufficient ice, and coarse rock salt, the process neither takes much time nor patience. Now, as I do not have a hand-cranked ice cream freezer nor an axe, I will be using the next best thing, a KitchenAid. Normally when I make ice cream, I make a custard. So not only are you dealing with tempering eggs into it, you have to wait for the ice cream base to cool in order to churn it. In this case, we just go straight from mixing it to the ice cream freezer. Hey, I think it's ice cream.
looks like ice cream to me.
This is the part of the recipe I'm rather excited about. Molding the ice cream. If you have been going along on this little culinary journey with me for some time, you know that I am kind of fascinated by molded food. However, I don't have any molds. I've used bundt cake pans, I've used muffin tins, I've used metal mixing bowls, and they unmold with varying degrees of success. But this time, I will be using this little copper melon mold, a gift from Scratch's mother. I'm very excited, and I hope at the end of this I will unmold a beautiful melon of violet ice cream. Given my track record, I'm a little on the dubious side.
I'm gonna pile in this soft violet ice cream. Often Fannie Farmer says to cover things with a piece of paraffin cloth. I'm going to use this wax paper, and then in a little more of the spirit of authenticity, some beeswax, which is basically that. I just don't want to have to wash it. And then I'm gonna pop this baby into the freezer. It has been several hours since I put this in the freezer. Let's try unmolding. We'll see how successful I am. Okay, here we go. All right, pretty that up a little bit, and we will give it a taste.
All right, violet ice cream. Let us give this a try. That's really nice. I like it. The violet flavor is not overpowering. I mean, I wouldn't call it totally subtle, but it is pleasant. And I think it helps that it is a liqueur made of violets and not like violet flower water, like rose water, which can be very overpowering. It's got a very interesting mouthfeel. It's like buttery. I mean, I think that's because it is straight cream and not custard. So it's not rich. It's a little greasy feeling, but not in a bad way. Just that's the only word I can come up with to describe it. It's good. I would make this again. I don't think that the violet extract I made by crushing the violets in the mortar really adds anything. I don't think it adds flavor. I don't think it adds color. So you could probably skip it, which is fine because violet season is almost over anyway. Oh, speaking of the color, I am really glad that I decided to go with the food coloring. I was afraid it was going to look garish and kind of awful, but in fact, it's a pleasant, delicate lavender. I got the tint just right, and I'm very happy. So I'm glad I didn't cop out and not use food coloring at all. There you go, Fannie. I followed your words. So verdict is, it's good. I would make this again. I need some more practice molding, or rather unmolding, because it didn't come out of the mold so cleanly. I dipped the mold in some hot water, actually put a damp hot towel over it, and it kind of melted around the outside before it slid out of the mold. So I don't know what the secret is. I will practice some more, and hopefully someday I will have beautifully molded ice creams and gelatins and things. But today is not that day. However, you know, you decorate it with violets and you hide the flaws, right? Beautiful presentation. Are you a floral flavor fan? Let me know if you try this ice cream. It really was the easiest ice cream base I have ever made. And that was fun, pounding the violets. So I would make this again. I absolutely would. You should not let ice creams scare you. As Fannie says, there is no reason not to make them. Even if you don't have an ice cream maker, either a modern electric one or the hand crank kind, you can still absolutely make ice cream just using your freezer. Put it in a metal bowl and then periodically just go and stir it really well. It will not get as airy as ice cream made in a churn, but it's still pretty good. I've done it several times before I had an ice cream maker. Do let me know if you decide to make violet ice cream or whatever other flavor. So there you have it, violet ice cream. Enjoy the spring, enjoy the flowers, enjoy some ice cream. It is made with just cream and sugar and flavorings. Bartholomew, no. No. Hang on, Bart's trying to steal the beeswax.